Good afternoon, class 4. Today I'm going to teach you the fifth golden ticket. Now, there are many novels that have been adapted into films. Sometimes the story is tweaked a little bit to capture the essence of a huge novel in just 3 hours. So, now this extract is taken from the novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which has been also made into films twice. So, let us start with the chapter. An 11-year-old boy named Charlie Bucket wants to win a golden ticket. This will allow him to visit the marvelous chocolate factory owned by the mysterious Willy Wonka. He wants to win a golden ticket to visit the chocolate factory, which is owned by Willy Wonka. Only 5 lucky children will get to visit the factory. Only 5 of them will get the ticket. So, and who, after all, wouldn't want to visit a chocolate factory? A factory full of chocolates. Every one of you would love to visit, right? So, let us read to find out if he got the ticket or not. Charlie burst through the front door, shouting, "Mother, mother, mother!" Mrs. Bucket was in the old grandparents' room serving them the evening soup. "Mother!" yelled Charlie, rushing in on them like a hurricane. "Look, I've got it. The last golden ticket. It's mine. I bought 2 bars of chocolate, and the second one had the golden ticket. And there were crowds of people all around me wanting to see it. And I ran all the way home, and here I am. It's the fifth golden ticket, mother. And I found it." So Charlie ran into his room shouting, "Mother, mother!" He was calling out his mother. Then his mother was his mother was serving his grandparents in the other room. And she saw him she looked at him and he said, "Mother, look, I've got the golden ticket and it's mine." He said, "There were a lot of people who wanted it, but they couldn't get it. I bought 2 chocolate bars and the second one had it. And everybody wanted to see it, but I ran away from there and I came home." So Mrs. Bucket, his mother, simply stood and stared, while the 4 old grandparents dropped the spoons with a clatter and froze. Clatter means sound, and froze against the pillows. For about 10 seconds, there was absolute silence in the room. Everybody could not believe that he had got the golden ticket to visit the chocolate factory. Nobody dared to speak or move. It was a magic moment. Then, very softly, Grandpa Joe said, "You're pulling my legs, or you're pulling our legs," means you're joking with us. "Charlie, aren't you? You're having a little joke on us, right?" So Charlie said, "No, I'm not." Then rushing up to the bed and holding out the large, beautiful golden ticket for him to see. So he went to the bed and showed his grandpa, "Look at the beautiful golden ticket." Grandpa Joe leaned forward and took a close look, his nose almost touching the ticket. The others watched him, waiting for the verdict. So he was looking at the ticket, and others in the room were waiting. What was he going to say? Then, very slowly, with a slow and marvelous grin, a smile spreading all over his face, Grandpa Joe lifted his head and looked straight at Charlie. So Grandpa Joe lifted his head and looked straight at Charlie. The color was rushing to his cheeks, and his eyes were wide open, shining with joy. His grandfather, and in the center of each eye, right in the very center, in the black pupil, a little spark of wild excitement was slowly dancing in the grandfather's eye. Suddenly, with no warning whatsoever, he threw up his arms and yelled, "Yippee!" And at the same time, he dropped his bowl of soup when flying into his bowl of soup fell when flying into the face of Grandma Josephine. And in one fantastic leap, he jumped from the bed. This old fellow of 96 years and a half, who hadn't been out of bed since last 20 years. Since the last 20 years, he had not come out of the bed. This time he was so excited that he jumped out of the bed, and onto the floor and started doing a dance of victory in his pajamas. Yippee, he shouted. 3 cheers for Charlie. Hip hip hooray. At this point, the door opened and Mr. Bucket walked into the room. Mr. Bucket was Charlie's father. He was cold and tired, and he looked ill because all day long he had been shoveling snow in the streets. He was cleaning up the snow on the streets, putting them at the side so that the vehicles and people can pass. What's going on here? So he asked, what's going on here? It didn't take them long to tell him what had happened. So everybody told him what had happened. Charlie had won the ticket. So Charlie's father said, I don't believe it. It's not possible. So everybody told him, or his grandpa Joe told him, show him the ticket. Show your father the ticket, Charlie. Who was still dancing around on the floor in his striped pajamas. Show your father the fifth and the last golden ticket in the world. So Charlie's father, Mr. Bucket, said, let me see it, Charlie. He sat into a chair and holding out his hand. He said, it was a very beautiful thing. This golden ticket had been made so it seemed from sheet of pure gold, hammered out almost to the thinness of paper. The ticket seemed like a gold piece of gold paper. On one side of it, printed by some clever method in jet black letters, was the invitation itself from Mr. Wonka. Read aloud, said Grandpa Joe, climbing back into bed again at last. So his grandpa said, Joe, read it aloud. Mr. Bucket held the lovely golden ticket up close to his eyes. His hands were trembling slightly because he also could not believe that his son had won the ticket, and he seemed to be overcome by the whole business. He took several deep breaths. Then he cleared his throat and said, all right, I'll read it. Here we go. Greetings to you, the lucky finder of this golden ticket. From Mr. Willy Wonka. I shake you warmly by the hand. Tremendous things are in store for you. So when he was reading it, this what was written there. Greetings to you, the lucky finder of the golden ticket, from Mr. Willy Wonka. So I shake your hand warmly. Tremendous things are in store for you. There are a lot of things are in store for you when you visit the factory. Many wonderful surprises await you also when you come here. For now, I do invite you to come to my factory and be my guest for one whole day. You and all others who are lucky enough to find my golden tickets. I, Willy Wonka, will conduct you around the factory myself. He said, when you come here, the factory owner, Willy Wonka, will take you around the factory myself, showing you everything that there is to see. And afterwards, when it's time to leave, you will be escorted home by a procession of large trucks. So I will show you the whole day around here, and when it's time for you to leave and go home, you will be escorted by the procession of large trucks. These trucks, I can promise you, will be loaded with enough delicious eatables to last you and your entire household for many years. So all these trucks will be loaded with many supplies of food. So it will last you for many years, you and your family. If at any time thereafter you should run out of supplies, you have only to come back to the factory and show this golden ticket. So he said, even after 1 year, if you run out of supplies, you can come back to the factory and show this golden ticket to us. And I shall be happy to refill your cupboard with whatever you want. Whatever you want, you will get. In this way, you will be able to keep yourself supplied with tasty meals for the rest of your life. But this is by no means the most exciting thing that will happen to you on the day of your visit. I am preparing other surprises that are even more marvelous and more fantastic for you and all my beloved golden ticket holders. So that is not the only thing. There are more surprises for you. Just wait and see. And now, here are your instructions for the day. The day I have chosen for the visit is the first day in the month of February. On this day and no other day, you must come to the factory gates at 10 o'clock sharp in the morning. So he said, this is the condition. You must come at 10 o'clock to the factory gates, not later than 10 o'clock. Don't be late. And you are allowed to bring with you either one of your members of your own family. So he said, you can bring one of your members, either your mother, your grandfather, your grandmother, or your father, one of them, to look after you and to ensure that you don't get into any mischief, any naughtiness. One more thing, be certain to have this ticket with you, otherwise you will not be admitted. Make sure that you have the ticket, otherwise you will not be admitted. Signed, Willy Wonka. The first day of February, cried Mrs. Bucket. But that's tomorrow. Today is the last day of January. I know it is. You're just in time, shouted Grandpa Joe. There's not a moment to lose. So Grandpa Joe says, you're just in time. There's not a moment to lose. You must start making preparations at once. You must start preparing yourself to go. Wash your face, comb your hair, scrub your hands, brush your teeth, blow your nose, cut your nails, polish your shoes, iron your shirt, and for heaven's sake, get all that mud off your pants. Say your pants are dirty with mud, get it off. You must get ready, my boy, you must get ready for the biggest day of your life. That is tomorrow. Now don't overexcite yourself, Grandpa, Mrs. Bucket said. So Mrs. Bucket told Grandpa, Grandpa, you don't get overexcited and don't fluster. Poor Charlie. Fluster makes somebody nervous or confused, especially by making them hurry up to do something. We must all try to keep very calm. Now the first thing to do or decide is this. Who is going to go with Charlie to the factory? So who's going to go with Charlie to the factory? I will, shouted Grandpa Joe, leaping out of bed once again. So Grandpa Joe said, I will go. I'll take him. I'll look after him. You leave it to me. Mrs. Bucket smiled at the old man. Then she turned to her husband and said, how about you, dear? Now, she didn't want Grandpa Joe to go because he was 96 years old. She asked Charlie's father, so how about you? Don't you think you ought to go? You have to go? Mrs. Bucket said gently, mind you, I love to go. It will be tremendously exciting. But on the other hand, I believe that the person who really deserves to go most of all is Grandpa Joe himself. So Charlie's father said, I would love to go, but I think my Grandpa Joe deserves to go with him. Provided, of course, that he feels well enough. If he's well enough, he should go. Yippee! Shouted Grandpa Joe, seizing Charlie by the hands, catching him by the hands, and dancing around the room. He certainly seems well enough, Mrs. Bucket said, laughing. Yes, perhaps Grandpa Joe should be the one to go with him. I certainly can't go myself and leave the other three people all alone in bed for a whole day. So Mrs. Bucket said yes. Grandpa Joe should go while I take care of the other three old people in the house. At that point, there came a loud knock on the front door. Mrs. Bucket went to open it. The next moment, swarms of newspapermen, reporters, reporters and photographers were pouring into the house. All these reporters and photographers started coming into the house. They had tracked down the finder of the fifth golden ticket. And now they all wanted to get the full story for the front pages of the morning newspapers. So all the reporters, photographers had come. So they wanted to get the full story from Charlie and his family about the golden ticket so that they could print it in the morning newspapers. It must have been nearly midnight before Mr. Bucket was able to get rid of them so that Charlie could go to bed. So till midnight, they were busy entertaining the photographers and reporters, and then they got rid of them. Then Charlie went to bed. So for today, so much. You fill in the blanks and the objectives, question answers I will give in another day. Like Charlie burst through the door calling his mother. Okay, all this I'll give you another class. So for today, have a great day and wait for the next class. While I have taught you this chapter, you open your book, or when you are listening to this chapter, open your book and follow the chapter and follow my teaching. It will help you. And after that, also read the chapter. So bye for now. See you in the next class.